Know the talent that's sitting beside their door right now, and all it takes is 2 runs. Who will be your 2024 King of Riga? Here we go.
Deane to lead out Shanahan as they fire through. Look at this, Deane on it, absolutely glued to the outside line, but Shanahan so far on the inside, you can barely see that GT86. Now Shanahan transitions, puts it into the pocket. Deane on a flyer of a lead line, dials it in for outside zone 5. Back once again, Shanahan almost makes contact, backs out of it. Now puts himself right into the groove, onto the door, across the line.
That's ridiculous driving. That is absolutely ridiculous. Perfect in the lead, perfect in the chase. Oh, there are no words for how good this sport has got over the years. And these two, pioneers of it, are now showing why you sit there and wait for these finals, because sometimes they don't deliver, but boy is this one delivering. Shanahan threw the kitchen sink at Deane on that first corner.
You couldn't even see Shanahan on the transition at one point. Oh, and he tagged the back end of Deane's car on the transition. You couldn't even see him, he was that close. Deane's got that line dialed. They fired through and Shanahan was just timing those transitions absolutely perfectly. This for me, look at it, a little stall up from Shanahan, but then he was back into it. And
I think it's the part of the track that everyone's throwing it away, so it's worth the little stall up if you can get it back on the door, and he did.
Oh, and he's just flirting with the side of Deane's car. Look at that, big clutch kicks, on and off the throttle, dials on the angle, textbook.
What does Deane do now? And I'm telling you right now, a safe, calculated James Deane run is not going to win this.
No, it isn't.
This is going to have to be everything he's got. As Shanahan comes off the line, it's the last run of the weekend. Shanahan's laser focus. Deane is coming for blood as they fire in at 100. Deane is on the inside of the track, but he's got proximity. This is where it could all unravel as Shanahan goes to the wide side of the track. Deane is up on the curve. Shanahan puts big angle on Deane. Oh, barely holds on to it. Deane makes a big error, but he stays in it. How are they both going at this point? It doesn't even make physical sense, and they're door to door as they've been since they started practice on Thursday evening. They finish this event with the craziness that we started. Oh my goodness.
And that's the first time we've seen James Deane make a mistake all weekend.
That first corner, he went very shallow behind Shanahan.
Very shallow, and then it slingshotted him. It carried the angle and slingshotted him. That momentum put him way on the wrong position. I can't wait to see the replay of this. And here we go. Shanahan is glued to the outside zone. The transition from Deane was textbook, but he was out of that zone. And now look at the line he takes. Watch as Deane comes through. Shanahan is absolutely flying, but look at Deane. He has to carry more angle. He's going to make contact with Shanahan.
I think he hits the curb. I think the rear wheel just touches the curb.
Yeah, he has to dial on the angle because otherwise he's going to hit Conor. That's the problem. So that he knows he's coming in so hot. He's like, I've got to get out of it. He's up on the curb. Down he comes. And there we go. That opens the door for Shanahan. He starts to pull away.
Edge of your seat stuff. Look at Deane.
Yeah, look at Deane.
Deane goes way up on the curb, and that's the mistake. Is it enough to cost him the final? And is it enough to put Conor Shanahan back on the top step of the podium?
And if Conor Shanahan wins this, it means it'll be a Shanahan, King of Riga, year by year.
But even if he doesn't win, James Deane will still have done 13 podiums in a row. So is there a winner, is there a loser? Who knows? I mean, there's definitely going to be a winner and a loser, but in the grand scheme of things, Deane has got the championship points. Conor Shanahan gets back on form, which he said he's been struggling to do this year. But he's definitely found his form today.
And look what it means to Conor Shanahan in the car. Here we go. Decision starts to drop in. Both guys smiling.
Yeah, big smiles all
happy.
around. I think Deane's done what he wanted to do. It was get the championship points and get himself that 13th podium in a row. And Conor Shanahan said he hasn't been able to prove himself in Europe this year. Well, as he proved himself today, will Jack Shanahan take it last year and Conor Shanahan take it this year? We don't know, but we're leaning that way because we've watched what you guys watched, and we're feeling it here in the tower that might be the way it goes. There's not a straight car in the paddock right now after this weekend. And the 2024 King of Riga is Conor Shanahan. Conor Shanahan is 2024 King of Riga. After a disastrous 3 rounds defending his championship, he's back on top step of the podium, and the championship fight is blown wide open.